Hey guys, today is brought to you by divefans.com. It's a new app. If you want to find the coolest dive bars, Newport Beach, Costa Mesa, California, America, go to divefans.com. Hey, welcome back. It's Hammer. It's happening now. Hey, today I'm feeling like Charlie. I don't know if you guys have ever seen Charlie's Angels, but I'm sitting here with three amazing angels. We've got a few bartenders. We got Brandi from Storage Wars. Brandi, what are we doing today? We got these beautiful women.
We're just talking about hanging out at the bar, working at the bar, putting up with bullshit, you know?
Well, you women have to put up a lot more bullshit. Amy, you've been doing it for a couple of years now, huh?
I've been in this industry in and out since I was 16. In restaurants at Fred Siegel up off of Melrose and
So about 4 years?
yeah. And then from there to Spoons, to Chili's, to Summit House, to Roost Chris, to Morton's, to my own business, and then like just fun and games has kind of just been a Blackie's thing. It was like my walking around money for a minute. I helped in, filled out, and then it kind of turned into a 2-day-a-week gig that is a lot of fun. And I never in a million years thought at my age I'd still be slinging beers and cocktails, but it's kind of the highlight of my week sometimes.
Well, as long as you enjoy it. And we have somebody else on the show today that she's a little bit of a spark plug. Ashley, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
Am I going to get in trouble for the spark plug comment now?
You're fine. Spark plugs are okay, you know what I mean?
Spark plugs okay?
Yeah,
All
spark
right.
plugs are okay.
I've been getting beat up all day by her. I've said all the wrong things to everybody out there.
It's just me. I'm aggressive.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Well,
I guess it's the 47 that did it to me. Because supposedly I was nice when I started, but I don't know.
How long have you been there?
I think I'll be 14 years this year, which is kind of a thing. Kind of was like Amy. I didn't really think I'd be in this industry as long as I was, but I realized that I really like traveling, and being in the industry really allows me to save the money I want, to go where I want, do what I want, and take the time off that I want. So I've always been more about, I guess, living my best life than working 9 to 5, 5 days a week, and that's more important to me. So,
Well, you know what? I really appreciate you saying that, because that is very cool. Because you know what? You're not, you got to work certain hours, but you're kind of your own boss, because a lot of times you can get your own shifts, right?
100%. Yeah, and I think that's the main reason I did it. Like, I really enjoy doing my own thing, and I don't think I ever wanted to work for a boss per se, which is why I've always been in very small family-run industries. You know, I was at Dillman's, well, not Dillman's, but Shore House when it was Shore House, which was a very small run, not corporate, and Class 47, very small run. You know, the owner, you know, the guy who ran it for 10, 15
Just so the people
years.
that don't know, Shore House is a very cool place in Newport Beach. You got to check it out.
Yeah, now
Beautiful
it's known as Cruisers, Huntington Beach, or Cruisers has a Huntington Beach and a Newport Beach, but it was Dillman's, it was Shore House, which I worked at for a while, and they just got me. They allowed me to realize that I really like traveling more than I like working, which is kind of shitty. But the only way to travel more is to work more, unless you figure out the balance of working in an industry where you can make the cash money and then take the time off to travel, because it's really not accessible in an industry, I think, where you're 9 to 5, 5 days a week.
Yeah, but wouldn't you tell young women that it's a great profession? I mean, you've been to some exotic places,
Yes,
right?
100%. I've been to many places, and I would say if you can get in the industry, get in as soon as you can, as early as you can, because you can make a good deal of money. And if you're actually smart, which I was not, which you guys should learn how to manage your money a little bit better than I did instead of traveling maybe, but you can travel and manage your money, and you can really be on your feet and doing a lot of things that most people would not be able to do with families at the age of 35, 40. If I would have put my money where my mouth was, I'd probably have a house and still be able to travel and stuff right now. But I was more interested in traveling than,
But haven't you been
doing the
to
fun
like
stuff.
Thailand and
Yeah, Thailand, Vietnam, Singapore, South Africa, North Africa. I backpacked through Europe for 6 weeks, been to 5 or 6 countries there. I've been to the Bahamas, Canada. I've done quite a few things.
That's living your life, though. I mean, that's beautiful.
Yeah, I'm not mad about it. Let's put it that way.
No, hell no.
I suggest if you're interested in travel, bartending and serving is the way to do it, because you can make your money quick, and if you plan ahead, you can really travel and do the things you want to do with the money you can, put aside. And
100%.
Yeah, you can think if you think ahead.
Yeah.
get yourself ahead. by
But
doing
but
that.
ladies, let's think about that. You said something, Ashley, that was interesting. Serving. This is the serving industry. You know, and a lot of people forget about that. You're here to make sure that that guest is happy. And it must be kind of tough. I mean, Amy, your shifts that you work, do you work any late shifts?
Okay, no. I'm 51, Hammer. No,
Yeah.
I did it for years, and I was
Let's
in
block that
corporate
out. I think
world.
she said 31.
Yeah. And I did it for years, late nights and the corporate stuff, and I'm kind of like in a groove now where I have my own business during the week where I'm a private chef and I have my own thing going, but the bartending thing enables me to literally like invest in other things. It's my walk. It's not money that I count on. It's money that I make just like, and like the last couple of years, I've been doing nothing but investing in putting that money back into my future because I failed to do that earlier when I was a stay-at-home mom, and then I went, and then I
Didn't we all?
Amy,
Smart.
stop talking like you're all this professional thing because I know you. You're a tough chick. And if any guy gets out of line in the bar,
oh God,
Amy's going to take care of business.
no, just in life in general. It doesn't matter if it's in the bar or on the street.
That's it.
No, I was in the Army for 7 years. No. I'm just, don't misquote me on this. I literally have no issue telling someone that they're done and you're out and there's zero argument. And a lot of times they get argumentative and they get defensive, and I've had beers thrown at me and it's like I'm every word under the sun, see you next Tuesday all day long. But when you're done, you're done. I like the bar that I work at because I'm allowed the freedom. It's not corporate in the sense that
You work at Blackie's at the beach in
I
Newport
do.
Beach,
Yeah,
right?
Blackie's by the sea, and
Great
it's like
bar.
it's one of those bars that when I started there, it was just one owner, and now we have another owner who's amazing. He's done nothing but improve it. But the fact of the matter is, I still feel confident in the fact that they have enough trust in me to know when I am right. I mean, the customer is not always right in this situation, especially when you're a bartender and a female.
I feel like the customer is never
the
right.
customer is 90% of the time wrong.
Can I get your phone number, Amy?
You already have it.
You ever hear
Don't be
that one?
silly.
Yeah, I know I have it, but you ever hear that one?
Oh God, yeah. And you know what? The hardest thing for me in this industry was when I went from Miss to Ma'am.
Wow.
Ma'am. Listen, I know ma'am
is
doesn't
hurtful.
work.
It is
It's a
hurtful.
sign of respect in the South, but down here I'm like, oh
I'm Southern and I hate ma'am.
I
Yeah,
know?
are you kidding me? I hear ma'am and I'm like, can you tell your parents thank you for raising you
Yeah,
correctly?
because
I know, it's offensive.
like the kids
It
come out
is
on
so
spring break,
offensive.
but then I'm like, God, I think maybe I should get some Botox.
I don't know if you guys know what a Brazilian necktie is, but if you call my wife ma'am, it's happening.
It's on.
It's on. Yeah. Guys, boys, don't say ma'am. Do never use
But
the
for
word
young
ma'am.
boys who grew up in the South and that area, it's a sign of respect. But
100%.
around here, they're like, hey, it's almost like saying, hey, you old hag, can I get
Yeah.
a beer?
Yeah, you might as well
Hey,
just say
I'm going to
that.
tell you, you can go up to a bartender, let's say she's 70 years old, working at the bar, and say, hey, babe, can I get a beer? She's going to love you.
Yeah.
Well, if you work at a dive bar, yeah, she's gonna appreciate babe as opposed to ma'am.
Yeah.
I'm a
Ma'am-
big fan,
ma'am
I'm a
is
big fan of
cool.
doll. Yeah.
It's offensive. It really is.
I'd rather take hey babe than hey, just hey,
Yeah.
hey.
You can call me sugar tits. I don't give a just don't call me ma'am.
Or whistle at me.
Yeah.
Or snap at me. Or say, pronto.
Oh hell no.
You mean that doesn't work?
That's how you get a booger
I've
in
been
your
doing it
beer.
wrong all these years. What
It
the
works
hell?
if you want a $15 beer.
Back of the
Yeah.
bus.
Well,
Yeah,
if
it's
I
a
go to
little,
see Ashley, I'm going to get a $37
It works
bill.
if you want your credit
We have
card
a computer
lost.
system now, so technically that won't be the case. But
Yeah.
I would if I could charge you an asshole price.
Yeah.
You know, like add $1 for
There's a
being a
surcharge,
dumbass.
just like
yeah.
hotels in Vegas do.
100%.
It's a resort fee.
Yeah, but Ashley, you come on at 11 o'clock at night. I mean, you already are in the asshole lane.
It's true. When you do come on a little later in the evening, you do have to deal with people in a little different manner, which is kind of upsetting. But, you know, that's one of those things I guess you just kind of learn. Like I said, when I first started, I think I was the nice bartender that people call me now. And I just think it was a bartender that was allowing people to walk all over them because I wasn't comfortable in my shoes. And I wasn't 100% secure in the fact that my boss had my back. Now I know my boss has my back, and what I say is rule and is law. Unfortunately, for the people who come to the bar, that might not be what they want, but it works for the bar, and it's trying to keep us open and keep us safe and keep our customers safe and keep everyone, happy. And that's basically the main part of our job, is to keep everyone happy and make sure that everyone's kind of just abiding by rules. We don't want to stifle anyone's fun, but I also want to have my job tomorrow, and I don't want to be fined for something stupid that can be avoided, So that's pretty much where people get us, I think, wrong, where they think that we're trying to cut fun, or we're not. There's a lot of guidelines that we have to abide by, and we're just kind of making sure that we are in the guidelines,
Well,
we want everyone to have
you
a
have
good
to
time.
be a lot tougher because, what are you, 5'5", 5'6"?
Oh, that's cute. I like
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
Oh, there you go. You're getting better. He learned. Getting better. Way to clean it up, Bubba.
Yeah, I'm just cleaning my act up. But at your size, and being a woman, you've got a lot of big dudes that are stupid and young and full of liquor.
And,
right?
and they all think that their opinion is the only thing that matters. And like you said, if 11 o'clock is when I come on, at 12 o'clock, things change. After 12 o'clock, people, they act differently. They think differently. Like, I get hit on more at 12 p.m. or 12 a.m. than I have in my entire life.
You must have a huge black
Oh, my
book.
God. From 12 a.m. to 2 a.m., the numbers are flying. But nobody ever comes back. You know what I mean? Like, nobody comes back tomorrow and's like, remember last night? You're like, no, I don't.
I'm in love.
Yeah, it's one of those late night kind of things. You just have to maintain people, and the later it gets, the harder it gets.
Hey, Brandi, once you leave Storage Wars, you should maybe think about tending bar somewhere.
I have.
That might be fun.
Let me ask you a question. So I had this group of women came in one time. One of them was pregnant as shit. Oh. She was probably 8 months pregnant. Ordered a Long Island iced tea. And I was like,
yeah, that's rough.
Hang on. So I went to the other bartender and I was like, I can't f***ing do it. I'm sorry. Yeah. I'm sorry. If you feel comfortable with this, cool, but I don't feel good about it. So he was like, all right, cool. I don't give a f***, if that's her jam. She ordered that and she proceeded to order several other cocktails afterwards. And I was like, this.
Well, I'm going to have to say, I've never been pregnant, but if I was, I'd be drinking a lot.
Well, at home, hopefully. Don't do it in a bar where people can judge you.
Yeah.
Come on now.
Yeah.
That's everyone has their ability to have their one glass of wine, but if you have 2 or 3
doctor said
Long
I could
Islands
have
in a bar,
one every single day. I didn't partake in that. I probably had 1 glass of wine and 1 beer the whole time I was pregnant. But, that was it. But he said you can do that. And I was like, I don't really feel good about that.
To each their own, but I feel like if someone may look a little pregnant and you don't want to serve them, maybe a floater of vodka on the top and charge them full price.
There you go.
I think, a lot of
let
my
them think they're
bartender
living the
friends,
dream,
Yeah, they fake the drinks. You know what I mean?
It
They pour them
sucks,
juice
but-
That is
often.
a thing too, Hammer.
Yeah, that is a big thing.
Really,
Somebody's a little wasty
I
face.
call it white girl wasted.
Okay, explain that to me.
And that's not like a racial epithet. I'm just like, it's like they come in and they've been like at a pub crawl all day, and I finally get them at 4 o'clock, and they're like, "Oh, we need shots of tequila." And I'm like, nope. Okay, but I just want a vodka soda, and I'm like, vodka soda. And I was like, vodka soda.
You're not giving a local pour. You're giving a regular airport pour
No,
for
not
a
even
vodka
that.
soda. Yeah.
I'm saving you from yourself.
Yeah.
Right now.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
throw a couple
And
extra
the
lines
problem
in
is,
there.
think about it. 2 of you have kids, and it's you got to think about the young people out there nowadays. They're they're, I don't want to say stupid, but they're young. Okay, guys, when you're young, you're not the smartest in the world, and you're drinking all day, and you're trying to get laid. You got to have bartenders like you taking care of them and saying, "Hey, enough's enough."
Yeah, and a lot of times, like we have a couple of bouncers that have not even a month ago, and there was this group of girls that were in for her birthday. It was her 21st birthday, and they were complete neophytes, complete amateurs. And majority of them were good. There were 2 that maybe kind of bad, but the birthday girl was a hot mess. And then she was like falling asleep at the table, and that's just a no-go. So I'm like, and then her friends, oh yeah, we're gonna get her out. And the next thing I know, they're like in the bathroom for 20 minutes, and I'm like, girls, out. And so the bouncer is actually trying to handle it, and he's a big guy. And finally he's like, I'm like, we're reining this in right now. Watch me. I'm like, my girls are 31 and 26. I got this. Hold my beer.
No problem.
Hold my beer.
All right.
No, the girlfriends are like, she's fine.
Yeah,
Everything's
she
fine.
Is so not,
it's
and
fine.
neither are you,
Everything's
and all of
fine.
you are done, and you know. But we're just waiting for our Uber. I don't care where the you wait. Oh, where you wait for
You
your
can say
Uber.
it's all
but
right.
It's not gonna be here. And I'm done. I'm done with all of you. And the bouncer at the time, he's like, thank you. I just they were like so abusive to me.
Well, the one thing is that's so upsetting is like we would like to charge you money and take your money for drinks and make tips, but we don't want the hassle with the shit, and you don't want it either. No. There's nothing more embarrassing than waking up and being like, how'd I get home yesterday? Yeah. Oh, I don't remember. How can you explain it to me? Oh, you don't remember either?
Oh, where's my,
cool, let's talk to the
I'm
bartender.
Saturday, Sunday morning. So every morning I open the bar and it's like, okay, my regulars will come in and I'm like, okay, what's the over under on this call? Is it a credit card? Is it a pair of sunglasses? Is it keys?
Yes.
And I'm like, oh, no. Oh, wait, we have a winner. It's their credit card. Oh, and your dignity's here as well.
Yes, 100%.
Well, don't you girls worry about some of these chicks? They're out playing with their friends and then they separate. They're drunk as hell. I mean, they got to get home, right?
Oh, yeah.
You got to pay attention to that.
Well, you have to help them too. When you see girls like that, you know, there was a girl at the 47 maybe 2 weeks ago, and it wasn't my shift, but I was drinking there because that's what I do.
Shocker.
Crazy. But I was sitting there, and the poor girl was on a date with some guy who she had met on Bumble, Tinder, some Swipe Life,
Whatever,
Swipe
course.
I had no idea who the hell he was.
One of those dating sites. So she had met him, and she walked in, she goes, he doesn't look anything like the photos he sent me. He's not acting like it. He picked me up at my house, and my girlfriend at the bar was like, number one, you're not going anywhere. Number two, if you need to leave, let me know. Number three, the bouncer will help you with anything you need to. So she waited it out because she was obviously a cool chick. And she, like 2.5 hours later, she's like, yeah, this is getting weird. The guy ended up pulling a knife on somebody else in the bar. It turned into a hot situation nobody thought was actually going to happen. Christ. And this was like all in a matter of like 6 minutes. You know what I mean?
But that means her picker's broken.
Oh, her picker's definitely broken. But she knew it was broken too.
She's just necessarily that you can't really say her picker is broken.
I feel like she's almost young and doesn't understand. Like she saw the guy, he picked her up, which number one, if you're ever going on those dates, don't ever have them pick them up at your house. Number one.
Hell no. Never pick up at the house.
Like first rule of thing, never ever have someone pick you up at your house. Yeah, I will meet you wherever I'm meeting you. I will
have my own money and my own way to get home.
Never let a guy pick you up because that was her first mistake. Now he knows where she lives. So now she has to kind of continue with the shit. She has kids. So it's like, what do you do now? Like, okay, let's make it work and see where it goes from now. Now I'm in a weird spot. I'm in a bar. I'm going to tell the bartender, I think this is very weird. Please, can you help me? Luckily, we're not psychos and we're going to help you out. Like, she ended up like, something happened with obviously the knife. The knife situation happened. She ended up leaving. We got her in a cab. He ended up leaving. We situated the whole thing out, but it was a hot mess nightmare. And you just have to know that that's actually out there and it's scary.
I mean,
and it's real.
I can't personally myself do dating websites, but even if I could, I absolutely would not. It sounds terrible. Every single one of my friends have nothing but nightmare stories, you know? I mean...
Horrifying.
You know, I mean, they talk to somebody for like, you know, a couple of minutes and they're instantly getting like a dick pic or something, you know? And you know, nobody wants those. Nobody wants a dick pic. Nobody.
FYI. No.
Nobody.
But we also get
I don't know if you guys are aware of that.
A regular, and she and her husband used to come in. And then all of a sudden, like a year later... She comes in with some new guy and they're going through a divorce. And then he walks in and all of a sudden she walks up to the bartender and is like, you need to get him out of here.
Pretty much bars are the days of our lives. Yeah. That's it.
It's like,
let's shift gears since the bars are days of our lives. I mean, Ashley, I hear you like hanging out with naked rugby guys, rugby players. I mean, what's going on with that?
I mean,
the whole team?
Well, who doesn't?
No, there was only 2 of them. They were extremely drunk and they were just very excited about the team.
And they
things that were happening. So they
Not about
proceeded-
you? Come on, I think it was all about you.
I mean, I'm sure it was about me, but when I got in there, it was like 11:02, and they had multiple pieces of clothing off, which means that the earlier bartender had definitely got them to where they had to go. But they, you know, the one thing with English rugby guys is they really have no problem with shower scenes and being naked and slapping each other around. You know, so
or deodorant.
no, so they got naked in the 47 and slapped each other around and ran around the bar for a hot minute. And it was, it's the first time I think I've ever said, please, you can keep your shirt off, just put your pants back on.
So did you get
Was
them?
that the first time? That's the first time that you said that?
In 14 years, yes. It's true.
No, but I'd
yes.
like to know, did you get them an Uber in the morning?
Oh, I did not get them an Uber in the morning. I got them
on
an
them.
Uber 13
They're
minutes
grown
after
men.
I made them put them
Yeah,
pants
you're like,
back
all
on.
right, so I gotta go work early in the morning.
Ashley's like, I got to go to work.
Yeah. Well, guys, my boss is literally going to be mad in 3.5 minutes when he looks on the screen and sees naked guys running around the pool table. So let's.
Oh,
make
Patrick
this
would
work.
not be. He'd probably run
Well,
down
it's
and get
not
naked
him.
himself. Come on.
Because it's not him.
Exactly.
You're right.
Hey, girls, thank you very much for showing up. I mean, it's great to have Charlie's Angels. Hey, everybody out there, women bartenders, by far the best. Okay, we all know that. But listen, thanks for hanging out. We'll see you next time on Happening Now.